This is Twit.
Mark Penn has moved into a strategy position. He was the creator of the Scroogled campaign. And Mary Jo's got the story that apparently that's the end of Scroogled.
Yeah, I can't prove it definitively, but it's... and the reason I say that
Mission accomplished, Mary Jo.
The reason I say that is the Scroogled campaign site is still on the web. Their Twitter handle still exists. But there was an interview that somebody did who is a very high-level guy in the Bing team. His name was Derek Connell. And he just casually mentioned, oh, yeah, and we're done with the Scroogled campaign, by the way. And I asked Microsoft, okay, so are you guys done? It's over. And they said, we're not saying it's over. We're not saying it's not over. That's that.
Right.
So
well,
I can't say
I think they're reserving the right. So if Google does something silly, they can come out with a new Scroogled thing right then to respond to it.
And, I think they will do away with this campaign. I really do. I think it's bringing them at this point more negativity than positivity. Yeah. But I know Paul doesn't agree with that.
Yeah. I'm trying not to choke over here. But keep talking.
I know you're a fan. He has the shirt, the hat, and the mug, all saying Scroogled, I'm sure. I think they still are definitely going to be competitive with Google. They're still going to go on the offensive against Google, but I think it's going to take a different form. That's my 2 cents. I think when they took the advertising budget away from Mark Penn, who is the one who masterminded the whole Scroogled campaign, it kind of sets things up to say, you know what, we're going to put our money in different places, in different directions, but still be very competitive. Mm-hmm. That's my guess.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Paul, though, as soon as I tweeted, is the Scroogled campaign dead? Paul's tweet was a long, no.
He likes that campaign.
He loves that.
More Scroogled.
Listen, we can find many examples of this throughout history, throughout Microsoft history, I should say. Like Tom Rizzo, when he used to go after Google from Office 365 standpoint or Exchange previously. I like this kind of hard-nosed, in-your-face, competitive stuff. And it's not just from Microsoft. I mean, I like when other people do it, too.
You always wanted Microsoft to respond to Apple's Switch campaign.
Yep, that drove me nuts. Yeah. It drove me nuts.
And the I'm a Mac campaign. We were always
that made me crazy because those ads were ridiculously wrong. And Microsoft just sat there and took it, again and again. And it, that contributed to the problems that we have had over the past decade. I mean, it was just the wrong thing to do nothing,
Do you think, actually, I know you do because you said so in your article, that this is why Google is more explicit about what it does with email and its new privacy policy?
By the way, it's provably true that that's the case. I mean, these Scroogled ads led to lawsuits against Google because of their invasions of privacy. Several of them, by the way. And the way that Google kind of addressed this, where they said, "Look, we've gotten feedback over the past year, in the form of lawsuits, and we decided to listen to that feedback and be more explicit about what we're doing with our email scanning." And they said, "We are scanning your email when it comes in, when it's sitting on our servers, and when it leaves. Like we scan it right, front, back, and sideways, and you cannot opt out of it." If you pay Google for Google Apps and you don't see ads in Gmail, congratulations, they're still scanning your email. And you can't stop that behavior. That's what they do. And again, not just for the purpose of, security like malware and viruses and things like that. They're doing it to hone their ad creation capabilities. And, whatever. I mean, people hear that and some people go nuts because you get the privacy crazies on one side who think that, can't stand this kind of thing. And then you have people on the far other end of the scale who are like, I don't care. I like Google products. This is fine. They can have it. It's not, it's anonymous, whatever. And then there are people kind of sit in the middle, but they've just made it more explicit.
Yeah, I think they should. You don't have to use Gmail.
Nope.
And so, there's no opt out if you're using Gmail, but you can opt out of Gmail. So I think Google's only real obligation is to be explicit about what they're doing.
Yeah, and I should say this is not just Gmail. This is a lot. This is their Google Services TOS. But obviously, speaking specifically about email,
right?
Yeah, there's no way to opt out. So just don't use it if you don't like it.
Right. You can opt out. Use Outlook.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got a choice.